Good morning, folks. Jim Green, Real News, one of the admins. I just wanted to take a moment to talk to you about something that's happening here in the town. We're going to lose a town councilman. Patrick I is, or Pat I, is going to be the councilman that's going to be leaving the town council, and what a shame. Here's a young man that came here at the age of 10. And by the way, stuff that I'm saying today is really just my opinion. I've talked to some people that are kind of close to the situation and know Pat real well, and I haven't talked to Pat directly, but I've let him know that I was going to put up a video. He hasn't responded to me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Here's a guy. Came here when he was 10 years old to Colonial Beach. Did all his elementary, high school type of stuff here. Good student, really good student. Real good football player, and really is the type of person that oozed drifter pride. Went off to college, and maybe some of you don't know, but he was also looked at, he went to a smaller college, but he was also looked at Ivy League schools to go there, but he chose to, go to a smaller college. And then he came back here, and guess what he did? Decided to dedicate his life to Colonial Beach. He worked as a paraprofessional as far as the high school goes, or as far as the school goes. He coached all kinds of sports. Didn't matter what it was, Pat was going to be the coach. And that's a good thing for us. Taught some classes, and he even drove the school bus. This guy embodies Colonial Beach. When kids needed somebody to talk to, and sometimes kids do, they look up to men and women that they respect, and they talk to them. Well, Pat was a sounding board for each one of them. And I'm sure that there's things and people here in this town today that he affected by those conversations. Now, as I said in the beginning of this is totally my opinion and based on what I've learned over the past few days. So Pat has had some philosophical issues with the school board as well as superintendent. And they didn't make things really great for Pat as far as, working. And he really became kind of disenchanted with how the school's working and things like that. And it really kind of killed that thing I talked about a minute ago, that drifter pride. Also, I want to point out something else. Pat was taken very aback by the way that the town council or the incoming mayor handled the, I don't want to say termination because that's not the way it went down, but the way that our town manager left his position. And that kind of bothered him because that wasn't, HR type of thing. That was based on nothing more than personalities and politics, because our previous town manager, in my opinion, did a pretty good job. I've been told that Pat kind of had an idea that with the composition of the current council and the way that he saw things going, that it's not going in a good direction as far as Colonial Beach goes right now. And he decided to make a change, and he needed to. He's a young man, time to make a change. Can't affect change where you're at. Let's move on, and that's exactly what he's doing. He sees a problem, and he comes up with a solution. Now, he won't tell you this stuff. He might one-on-one, but he won't come out with it on public. And I'm sure that I'm going to get attacked by other people for putting this information out. But this guy is a guy that gave his heart and his life to this town. And I think many of us, I know me personally, I thank him for his service and the sacrifice that he's given to this town. Now, to move on, we're going to have to put in another town council member. So the town council is going to have to appoint somebody. Now, as soon as I say this name, Mike Fitzpatrick, I know that that's going to be probably a dead-end street. But the reason that I point out Mike Fitzpatrick as far as that replacement in there, and by the way, I don't know if Mike even wants the position, but I'll say this. Pat and Mike have something in common. They're people that'll see a problem, they'll step up to the plate, they'll find a solution, they'll execute the plan, and they'll get stuff done. And I think that's the type of person that we need. So I'm certain that there's going to be many people that apply for the position. Understand, it's going to be a short-lived 10, 11-month type of position. You're going to have to run for re-election in the next election cycle. So it's something, you know, that you may want to look at, may not want to look at. But my main purpose for being on this video today is I wanted to thank Pat I for everything that he's done. We appreciate it. Colonial Beach, you know, we may be going through some type of slump or something, but I think that we'll always come out on top because, in my opinion, the glass is more than half full as opposed to half empty. At the same time, I think that maybe people that are running this place need to take a look at what just happened there and think about it a little bit. You guys have a great day. Thanks for listening.